Hello and welcome to my new channel where I'm looking at comparing bookkeeping software. As you may know, I'm a QuickBooks trainer and experienced in bookkeeping, management accounts, and I've been in the accounting space for about 30 years now. What I've noticed on some social media platforms recently is probably a lot of what I would call trash talk, if you like. One software better than another. And now this channel is not about saying which software I think is better than another, but it's actually making some comparisons between the different options that we've got available and then leaving it up to you really as to what you think is going to be better. Now, as I'm taking a look at some of the different software providers, essentially I'm looking at this to begin with from a small business owner's point of view. So pricing is going to be pretty important to them. But apart from pricing, there's going to be some key things that they want to be able to do, and nothing particularly complicated. They need to be able to record their income, essentially raising an invoice more often than not to a customer. They need to be able to record their expenditure. If they've received an invoice from a supplier bill if you like, they need to be able to record that easily if they're going to pay it later. They need to be able to connect their bank account to their accounting software. I think that is essential really these days. If they're VAT registered, they need to be able to file a VAT return, and then they need to be able to pull off some pretty simple reports. Accounts payable, your trade creditors, accounts receivable, your trade debtors, so your unpaid customers, unpaid suppliers. You need to be able to run a very basic profit and loss report and a simple balance sheet at the very least. So as I'm taking a look at some of the software options, those are the things that I'm bearing in mind to begin with, not from an accountant's point of view, but from the small business owner's point of view. A little bit later in further recordings, and then I'll be looking at some accountant specific tools, if you like, where there's an accountant dashboard and all lots of other things. But in this introduction, I want to just sort of give you an idea of what it is I'm just trying to take a look at, and the different pricing options available. So I'm going to be looking at Sage, Zoho, which may be new to some people within the UK, Free Agent, Xero, QuickBooks Online. So I've gone into the website page for each one of those. So starting with Sage, let's take a look at the page for the products, and I've gone into accounting. There is accounting start, but that's not going to be appropriate for me here because I want to be able to account for supplier bills. So put the cost on, pay later, sort of true accrual accounting. This is really just cash accounting. So my start point there is going to be £30 a month plus the VAT. We do have unlimited users versus single user in accounting start. So £30 for that. And I will summarise all of these charges on one page once we've finished looking at this. The next tab I've got open here is Zoho Books. So I'll show the pricing in monthly. And if I look through the options available, I have noticed that I would need this £24 a month one, because I come down a little bit. We need to be able to deal with vendors, and within the standard, if I look a bit further down, when I was looking through manage vendors, basically suppliers, you can't do that in standard. I've got to go up a notch within here. We do have auto scan receipts, so I'll be interested to look at that in a later video. So that's going to be £24 a month. If I go into Free Agent, so in the pricing for that for a limited company partnership is slightly different actually. Let's go on a small limited company. What's the main difference? Sole trader, we've got there £9.50 a month, or normally 19. So that may be applicable for most. I'm not 100% sure what the difference is in what I can do as a sole trader and what I can do as a limited company. I think one thing I did notice when I created an account yesterday is that cannot be changed. So if you're, depending on how you set up with Free Agent, if you've got basically limited company settings, you can't change that. You'd have to sort of think, check with their support, but from what I gathered, you'd have to scrap that subscription and start another one, which isn't that user friendly in my I wouldn't have thought. But so let's say I'll go for the £33 a month one for a small limited company. That might be what I'd need. And and within here it's an additional £5 a month for receipt capture as well. I'll double check what the Sage receipt capture was in fact in a second. I'll go back and look at that page after I looked at the others. Within Xero, again, we basically can ignore the starter, though that's £15 a month. Bills, only 5 bills, so that's not going to be enough. We need at least, doesn't seem to be any limitations on that. So that's £30 a month, and we do have receipt capture there using HubDoc, and that's included within the price. So again, I'll start off with the £30 a month option, and then if I move into the QuickBooks pricing, again, I'm going to ignore self-employed because for me, I just don't like that product basically. Simple Start is, as it says, really fairly simple. It's cash accounting. So you can do your VAT on that, but again, I want to be able to put a supplier bill on, so I at least need Essentials, which probably is the most popular, and that's starting at £28 a month usually. Again, there's discounts on. There's always discounts on with whichever supplier you choose. There's going to be some offers during the year, but that would normally be £28 a month, and that does include your receipt capture within there as well. Just come back to Sage very quickly, and let's have a look. I've got automate receipt capture, so that's in there as well. So I just wanted to double check that before I summarize those prices on my next little slide. Okay, so just to summarize that software pricing, where I need to have bank feeds in place, accounts receivable and accounts payable, so we can raise customer invoices, we can record supplier invoices, VAT if applicable, and run some basic reports, profit and loss balance sheet. Sage, we've got £30 a month, that's unlimited users, that includes receipt capture. Zoho, £24 a month, that's for up to 5 users, includes receipt capture. You can purchase additional licenses for extra users if you need them. Free Agent, it's £33 a month for the limited company option that I selected. I'm not sure exactly how many users that is. I'll have to contact them to find out for sure. Receipt capture is an additional £5 a month. Free Agent, though, is available for free, depending on who you bank with, so something to perhaps consider. Xero, £30 a month. Again, I'm not sure on how many users, not clear on the website. That does include receipt capture with HubDoc. And then you've got QuickBooks Online, £28 a month for the Essentials option that I selected. I'm not sure on the number of users. It used to be 5 from memory on that package, but again, it was on the website, and that also includes receipt capture. So for those 5 accounting software providers, I've created accounts just like anyone else would if they're going to start using that software. So within Sage, from the website, I've selected get 1 month free. Zoho, I've selected the option to sign up now. Free Agent, try Free Agent. Xero, buy now, and within QuickBooks, I've selected to choose the plan. So I've got a few credit card payments expected over the next few months. Every single one I had to put my credit card details in right at the beginning. So even if they do give you a free trial period, they will start taking payments. Apart from Xero, I don't think I had to put my card details in immediately with the Xero account. In my next video, I'm going to be looking specifically at raising a customer invoice. Whether you're a small limited company or a sole trader, probably one of the first things you want to do when you've got your accounting software in place is understand how you actually raise an invoice and send it off to your customer. So I'm going to concentrate on that next and see how that compares between each 5, which one may look a bit nicer, which is easier to actually just put together. So we'll see. Look forward to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you think some of this content is going to be useful to you. Thanks for watching.